Welcome back, everyone. This is my podcast, Quest for You. I'm Janine, and thank you for being on this journey with me together on this quest for you. Today's story is personal. Once in a while, I do go a little deep and I share something personal about me. But maybe it's not about me, because really, it's a story of a girl and her suitcase that I want to tell you about today. This girl was born in a country that was surrounded by a wall. Now you'd think, who needs a suitcase when you can't go anywhere? But sometimes, when you lose your sense of home, a suitcase may be a good companion to help you find it. Home for the girl was a grand house with many rooms, cabinets, and mysteries, filled with things that pile up when a house is passed on from one generation to the next. Her favorite places were the attic, that resembled an unorganized museum, with mementos from 2 world wars, and the enormous garden, where she chased the cat, learned the names of flowers, and built tents underneath pine trees. But central to the entire property was a warm and comforting kitchen. It was headquarters, where all days started and ended. Nourishment, conversation, cleaning up and clearing up of some of the more complicated matters of life. It was a house filled with love, rituals, and adventure. A home that offered everything a child needs to be happy. Children don't pack suitcases. Adults do it for them. For short trips and vacations for the most part, but sometimes suitcases are used for those unsettling permanent moves. So when the girl's mother decided to get married, the girl was told a story of family and happiness. Another adventure, she thought, and went along with the suitcase that was packed. Children are more flexible than we think. But the story she was told turned out to be a lie. Family time in the kitchen was the girl eating by herself because everyone was either working or had a migraine. And she was not able to find happiness in her cold room that opened into the kitchen and that her mother cleaned every night until midnight. The girl missed the house and everything it provided. When you cannot find home at home, you start searching. Not knowing where to start, and filled with unhappiness and desperation, the girl ran away, took a long train ride to her best friend's house, without a plan, and without a suitcase. Unfortunately, when you don't pack properly, your timing may be off, and you have to wait a little longer. And the girl did. She waited until she finished school, until she turned 17, and until authorities decided to open borders and tear down walls. And then she left. She packed her first own suitcase and moved to the next big city, leaving behind her grandparents in that welcoming big house she loved so much. When the lies and the drama continued to reach her, when she found herself lying and inventing reasons why she couldn't come home on weekends, she decided that home must be even further away. In her lonely apartment, the girl read an ad in the paper that spoke to her, and 6 months later, she was on her way across the ocean, her entire life in one suitcase, about to start over in a country she didn't even know. When you long for more than your current life, when you're looking for a place called home, you get creative in your search, and you try many ways to find it. Here in the United States, she tried to find home. First, by working for families that offered theirs. Then, by renting her own place, furnished with stuff others didn't want in their homes anymore. And finally, fortunate enough to buy her own home. But even then, when you think you have everything to be happy, you may realize that you still have not arrived. When the people you're with are causing you pain, then it doesn't matter how much stuff you own. You sell half of it, you pack the rest into your suitcase, and you continue your search. The story about the girl and her suitcase is really a story about a girl searching for home. But where is home? Is it a big house filled with bedtime stories and the smell of wonderful cooking wafting through the air? Or is it with people that are related to you? Or is it in a city where you decide to buy a house with people you think will fit in, so you can call all of it your home? What if home is none of the above, and it is right here, right now, in this moment in time, together with all of you listening to me, telling my story of when I was a girl? Early on in my life, my suitcase only appeared when things got tough. It meant the end of something certain, and the beginning of so much unknown. My suitcase signified instability and transition, and it often made me feel inadequate, an outsider that can't get her life together. As an adult, I've tried to forget about the suitcase and use it only for short and fun getaways. I planned, I prepared, and I focused on finding home. But every time I thought I'd found what I lost as a child, I realized we can never know for certain how life will play out. So it's best to make a home out of every moment, to accumulate little so that you're always ready to go when life calls, and to use your suitcase not as a means to move from uncertainty to certainty, but as a tool to discover freedom and adventure, and to enjoy every stop you make to its fullest. Right here, right now, with my suitcase in hand, is home. Much love, my friends.